Hey everybody. Hey Dio. Let's see. So for whatever reason, the bot did not send a going live notification. And sometimes it's just late, so I'll just write myself a note to do that in a bit, I guess. Yeah, let's update the today command and then see if it works. All right, the YouTube bot just came online. Adam is continuing. Actually, wait a second. This should already just be whatever the last today command was, right? Yeah, okay, cool. It just published it. Nice. So people should start streaming in. Adam is well, I guess I'll say Adam is getting ready for the launch of Idle. Well, the Idle is in its prototype on Friday. Today will probably be about content and balance. A new YouTube video launches at 12:30 p.m. UTC -7 today. That's during Adam's lunch break. Cool. Yeah, unknown. So I have fixed the bot. Now I can say something like check out the keyboard command and it should properly respond. Hey, Django. Yeah, nice. And it should have responded over here too. Yep. Nice. Yeah, so that was broken for a little while. That's now fixed. That should come in handy. Hopefully I remember to use it. Yeah, there's a new video launching today. And other than that, I think that's about it. I did not do a whole lot of work outside of the last stream. I cleaned up the code a little bit for this, the enemy spawn region stuff. So we had a whole lot of like hard coded stuff, and I made it a little bit better. I wanted to either make like the full working system or nothing at all. So all or nothing. And that was a bad idea. So I did something kind of in the middle. So this is not a very expressive system. You can say what the primary character is in a particular spawn. So like this is a rat, it's going to be level 1. And then you can either say how many extra things you should have and what those are. So like we can spawn 0 to 2 extra rats here. Or you can say predetermined classes need to spawn. So like this is always a pack of exactly 3 scorpions. So that's it. I mean, in the future, you might want it like, oh, there's a 1% chance that a certain monster spawns. And like, we don't have a way of doing that with this system. But maybe we could code something like that eventually. I don't think we'll need it for the prototype. So anyway, let's see where we left off exactly. I think it was still in add content. Yeah, enemies should spawn with proper levels and stat scaling. So the levels, I also added in something else here, which is stat growth functions. And this is just a way of adding to stats. I think we're gonna need some sort of like level-based scaling as well. And I gotta write this down. So if the scaling, if you're able to take on enemies that are greater than 5 levels higher than you, then maybe just apply level-based scaling. E.g., if the enemy is greater than 2 levels, give them plus 5% power, greater than 5 levels, plus 25% power, etc. That way they kill you faster. All right, but that's not the task that we're on. Not on balance yet. We're on content. So yeah, enemy spawning means we just need to come up with the other, 5 regions or something, which is mostly just a matter of looking at the sprites that we have and seeing where we want to put things. Where are the mockups? Man, there they are. Yeah, let's load this up inside the browser. I feel like it's a little easier to do it that way. Okay, so let's also look at our zones that we have. Godot. I'll load this up. I'm excited to launch this and see what people think. I'm not super excited to work through content stuff. I don't think that's a lot of fun to do. But such is game dev. Sometimes you have fun tasks, sometimes you don't. I still don't know why these things are changing sizes. Man, something's borked. I wonder if it's every time I save enemy spawn region or something like that. Like if I change the size of this now. Okay, there we go. Put this here. Then I hit save. It should modify a scene on disk, right? It doesn't? No, it does. Okay, it changed the position of this. Didn't seem to change the size though. And changing the position wasn't even that important. Do you have any plans to define a series, like for the interviews, personal improvement, technical concepts? Think it would make sense to group those somehow? I guess a simple playlist would do, and maybe naming the interview series, for example. The only real way to do this on YouTube is either making another channel or making a playlist. Other than that, they're all going to show up just in the main channel. So I think just making it clear that something is an interview, and usually the thumbnail should make that clear. I still haven't uploaded the last interview because I haven't recorded the intro for it. And yesterday was an intense amount of recording. So this video I launched today, I think should be pretty good. But yeah. Hey, Atomic Man. Hey, Goose. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I'll have to see as I continue to produce content how people feel about it. I'm still not even sure what people want to watch of my videos on YouTube. Like, do people want to watch interviews? Do they want to watch some interviews? Like, do I need to find the right people, for example? So I'm not sure. A lot of it is just experimental for right now. All right, it looks like this doesn't get saved anywhere. So I don't know. Like, no wonder this isn't persisting because I don't see it modifying anything. Yeah, the only vector that we've changed is this, and it's just a position. What is controlling the scale of that, I wonder? Oh, well. All right, well, the next area is this one. So what did I call this? I call this the armory. Okay, fine. Then let's find a bunch of stuff with, I guess, some cool looking weapons. Actually, no, we could just put in all the different goblin guys in here. These ones. Although, yeah, I don't know. I'm putting too much thought into this. Yeah, sure, just throw in the goblin guys. It doesn't matter. They all just do the same stuff at this point. All right, so they're beneath the slimes in here, and we know the slimes are there, so then there must be the ones that are next. What are they called? Yeah, goblins. Okay, so they're these 5. All right, so what should we make the packs be? Because there should be some differences in packs. Maybe there's a Goblin King with all of the little helper guys. There's a pack of 9. King plus 8 others. And then maybe 4 fighters. And I'm not sure how I want to do this. You as a person watching develops why I'm here. Not sure how you can segment your stream to make YouTube content, but it'd be interesting to go back and watch you tackle some problems. Yeah, that's much harder for me to figure out because as I stream, I stream for whatever it is, 6 hours per day. And to come up with like, okay, what was worth clipping from that, I think is tough. I think it's a little easier for me to be like, oh man, this was a really interesting problem. I should just make a video from scratch on this. So I've done some things like that, I guess. And I've got some plans for that. What was the other one? Oh yeah, like Idle Ascendants, the very game that we're making. I want to do a video on this, but I want to do a video on it from like, hey, if you're just watching on YouTube, here's what you might want to check out. And if you're interested, here are the VODs, but like, I don't know how many people want to watch those. Regardless, glad to have you here, Bertarius. I'm glad you found the stream again. Let's just come up with these 2 packs for now. I think this is fine. I don't want to spend too much time on this because really none of this matters all that much. We just need some semblance of stuff happening in the game. So we're going to do Goblin King. And you are going to be, what is it called? Goblin King, yeah. You're going to be the Goblin King, and you're going to have a level of like 9 to 14, I guess. And maybe you should just always spawn with 2 others. What are these other ones called? Goblin Captain is right before that. Yeah, maybe you always spawn with that one, the Mage, and the Fighter. Yeah, so Mystic and Fighter. That's what you're going to spawn with. Mystic, Fighter. And then the other pack will just be like Goblin Captain. So you'll be the Captain. And you'll have a mix of all the other things that could spawn, I guess. So you, and you. All right. Now, how do we do the mix of that? We're going to do this like this, I guess. Then copy paste these in. All right, then we just do this, this, and this, and then paste. Cool. And how many extras could you have for this? I think it should be quite a lot. I think it should be like 6 to 8. Yeah, so let's go see if that worked. Oh wait, it couldn't have worked yet because I never put this anywhere. Oh, and then also we need to change the type of this thing to be 2. All right, so now it's 2. Now somewhere up here, we're gonna need to put this stuff in. All right, so Goblin King and Goblin Captain was the other one. All right, there we go. That should do it. Now we should have those spawning in the world. So let's go make sure that that worked. And cannot find Goblin King. How fun. Oh, because I never added this up here. Yeah. Goblin King and Goblin Captain. Good. All right, so we should see them over here. Excuse me, yeah. So we see the level range that we added. So if I just waltz my way over there, I should really speed this up. All right, there we go. So we get into a battle. Yeah, it's a full battle of stuff. And we'll do very little damage. In fact, we do no damage. How fun. I guess Crush would do damage because it's super overpowered. But it's not doing a lot. So yeah, actually, this is kind of interesting. You clearly can't win this fight as a level 1. But if I bump my level up to like 11, which is close to what this one is, and I do Sweeping Arc, it is doing some damage to these now. And it's doing quite a lot of damage, actually. Yeah. You know where I'm going to this. I do know where you're going to this. They can't move side to side. They don't know how to do that. Yeah, now I'm taking almost no damage. So this is probably an issue. That's a balance issue, and that's not what we're trying to fix just yet. So let's finish off this fight, and then let's go fight the Goblin King and make sure it should only spawn with, what, 2 other enemies, and they're predetermined? Yeah, so you're dead. Now we go over to this. Yep, 2 other enemies, predetermined. And we crush them. Crush, crush, crush. All right. Oh, what's that? Invalid pipelines cache header. I don't know what that's about. All right, well, that was that one. Now let's go on to the next one. The next one's a graveyard. Actually, is the next one the graveyard? Where did I put this? No, the next one's the spider respawn region. This is Spider Zone. Unfortunately, I already used the spider, didn't I? No, wait, maybe I didn't? Yeah, bats with spiders, I did. All right, well, there's another spider. There's the black spider. But I feel like... Actually, there's no problem reusing these. It's not like they have levels built in. Yeah, so we're going to do... Let's look at this. We're obviously going to have spiders. It doesn't really make sense to have wolves in there, I guess. So we should pick some other sort of... What's this look like again? Let's hide the spawn area for a sec. Yeah, maybe a mimic. So spiders, mimic, and some, like the purple slime, I guess. Spiders, mimic, purple slime. Spiders, mimic, purple slime. All right, so we're just gonna say spiders, mimic, and maybe the eyeball thing. Slime and eyeballs. All right, now let's go add these in. Okay, so the mimic is going to be, actually, let's just copy paste those. And then do this. There we go. All right, so if 9 to 14 was the last zone, then these should be in the like 15 to 22 region or something. And we'll have this be a different color spider than what we had before. What is the other spider? Black spider, yep. Black spider. And this will have some other black spiders, and regular spiders. Sounds good. Oh, I see now what's going on. If I don't close the quotation marks correctly and I save this file, it deletes the spacing between everything else, and then it doesn't ever fix that spacing. That really sucks. That explains how I deleted all the spaces earlier when I was doing this. I'm assuming this is called Mimic. Yeah, it is called Mimic. All right, the Mimic is just going to be alone, and I guess it's going to be a higher level than everything else. Maybe like 17 to 24. And it won't have anything else with it. And then slime and eyeballs is going to be the purple slime, which should be a thing. Yep. And then the eyeball stuff. Eye and eyes. This is quite the weird fight. Oh, wait, it's not predetermined, though. It's this. Eye, eyes, slime, purple slime. And we'll pick like exactly, no, like 4 to 5 extra ones, I guess. I don't know. And then let's get the level range correct on that. There. So now we're going to go add in these over to here. So this is 3. And we want spiders, mimic, and the slime things. So duplicate this. All right. Casually copy pasting lines in their respective places. When you're used to using multiple cursors, I think it becomes a little bit easier, but you need to know exactly how they work. So for example, here I have 3 things on my clipboard. So if I were to select 2 different areas and try pasting, it'll actually paste them twice. But if I have 3 things selected and I try pasting, it'll paste them all once. So when you get used to that and you're like, oh, I have, you know, AABB, CC over here, and you want to modify all of them, then you can replace them with the correct things. But if you accidentally mess that up, you might do something that's not expected. So I've used them enough where I like know what I'm doing at least. Okay, so that should work. If we go over to here, we have a mimic, we have the spider. We don't have any slimes, but that's just random chance, I guess. Or I didn't code it correctly. Still no slimes. There are some slimes. So yeah, it was just random every time. Neat. All right, so that's that one. Now we only have what, 2 more to do? No, 3 more to do. Okay, so graveyard spawn area, that's up here. Here's where we're gonna have, I guess, ghosts, skeletons, zombies, pretty much like this entire row. Yeah, let's just throw in the whole row. All right, let's do that. So what are they called? Zombie, maybe? And are they after air elemental? I don't know if that's an air elemental. Yeah, it probably is. Demon Knight? Yeah. Okay, so then yeah, all of these, I guess. So let's just copy paste them all. Cool. Then let's copy paste just the names. Cool. And then let's throw them into groups. In fact, maybe this should just always be a grab bag of everything. Although, does that make sense? It probably doesn't make sense. All right, how do we want to split these up then? Maybe we could have a skeleton pack of all those things. I don't know. Maybe just make packs out of all the ones that are grouped like this already. Shadow, Ghost, what do we have? Mummy, Pharaoh. Put all those together. Necromancer we can't reuse. So get rid of that one. Dark Wizard. Death, Vampire, Vampire Alt. Yeah, Death can be on its own. Actually, Death can be with the Dark Wizards. And we don't need all these. I think we'll just delete these. Hello, Ken. Warlock Boy and all zombie minions. You're like a reverse necromancer. Oh, we also can't use the skeleton, I suppose. In fact, let's just delete the skeleton then. Yeah. All right, so if we're going to use... I was thinking death would be grouped with these things. And maybe, yeah, the witch is grouped with some zombies. Actually, it'd be pretty cool to give the witch an ability to summon zombies. I don't have any different enemy abilities yet, but there's nothing stopping us from doing that. And would they just work? Maybe they would. In fact, I'm kind of tempted to try that. What happens if we give... Let's see what happens really fast. Character data. I give you certain abilities. Yeah, here. But what if we just gave everyone summon skeleton? Yeah, well, what happens? Do they use it? I am not sure what's going to happen here. So now the rats can summon skeletons, but they have a 50% chance, I think. Oh no, it needs to cool down first. Okay, hang on. We need to go into summon skeleton and make this not take 20 seconds. Right there. So now it should just be a 50% chance on every single turn that they summon a skeleton. I think, assuming it works. Yes, it definitely works. Okay, so you can give enemies other abilities and you quickly become invincible. Okay, I think we should do that with at least one of these characters. Like the vampire can summon I don't know, zombies or whatever. Technically this is a balance thing, but yeah, in fact, let's have Death summon the skeleton guys. Skeleton. Actually, maybe it's just summon regular skeletons. But yeah, skeleton warrior, I think. Summon skeleton warrior. Anything else? No, that's probably good. Okay. So what are our packs that we have? We have zombies. We have miscellaneous spooky stuff. We'll just call it spooky stuff. Then we have Death Summoner. And we have vampires. All right, let's go code those in. To have a structure similar to Unity's scriptable objects, having a class as an asset, which you can duplicate and add to inspector arrays. Yes, it should. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm not totally sure about the details, but yeah. Like you can expose things in the editor. So here I have region type. I could have had this be another asset and drag like a character onto here, for example, if that's what you're talking about. All right, so for these zombies, we're just going to be these two, and yeah, I guess let's just copy paste this. Who did the artwork? Check out the sprites command. Just call it a resource. You can define custom ones and create them just like other resources. Yeah. By the way, Brutarius, in that case, the bot already emits it for you. It's a voice command I have that way I can just say to look at a command and it'll do it for you. But no worries about, retyping it. So totally okay. All right, so in this case, we want zombies. All right, and then what are the two zombies? Zombie and headless zombie. What do they look like? Oh, ooh, don't like the headless one. I do use Copilot, yeah. Yeah, undead pack. All right, so we'll make these level like 23 to 30. I don't know, level scaling is probably getting out of control here. And then number of extra zombies, we'll say like 2 to 5. And it'll just be zombie, and then I should know that I want headless ones, right? Yeah. All right. So there's that. Then spooky stuff. What should this look like? Probably the darker ghost. What is that called? It's called Shadow. Shadow. Number of extra stuff. We could just say it could be one of each of these things every time. Yeah, we could have it be predetermined and just give you one of each. All right, what are the other ones? Ghost, Mummy, and Pharaoh. All right, then Death Summoner. Excuse me. Death Summoner is just going to be Death, and we need to give Death a special thing. So we got to go do that. And then vampires are the last one. And vampires, let's have it be the Vampire Lord as the main one. And then Just a bunch of extra vampires here. Vampire, vampire alt. Vampire. I sure hope that's not actually what it is. Yeah, nice. Okay, so how many of these things can spawn here? I guess zombies should be probably more zombies, 2 to 8. To find groups of enemies, for instance, as a resource rather than hard coding it all. Oh yeah, yeah. For the prototype, we're just trying to get something working. Like, people aren't going to scrutinize this probably too closely and be like, oh, I don't like how all the time there's always, 2 to 8 zombies that spawn on this team or something. But yeah, in the future, we could make it so the zone can pull from a wider variety. It could have a random chance of like rare spawns or something. All right, so Death Summoner, we're going to give an ability. We're going to give it a custom ability. In fact, what if the Death Summoner only summoned and it didn't have any other abilities? And that was just on like a 30-second timer. That wouldn't work though. I guess we do need to give it an attack. All right, so we're going to have this be Summon Skeleton. What is it? Summon Skeleton Warrior. All right, now we don't actually have this ability yet. So let's go code that. Summon Skeleton. Yeah, so this is an enemy ability. I guess we'll put this at the top for that reason. Now we need to go code that. How did we do this for debug attack? There was an ability info. How was this? Why does this matter? So that we can get an ability class? I guess so. That's kind of a shame. Do you already have a design for this? No, I don't. I'm just making it up as I go along. The Summon Skeleton Warrior is going to be Summon Skeleton Warrior. And this will be the Summon Skeleton Warrior ability. All right, now we got to go code that. So let's make a new thing. Say this is Summon Skeleton Warrior ability. Okay. Okay, we got to set this back to 20. All right, so this is also going to be on a pretty long cooldown. And we might need to give this character more defense as a result of that. I'm going to make it 15. And how does this work? So we don't have this stuff here. Number of skeletons will just always be 1. It's going to be a skeleton warrior that it summons. Adds it to the character, or adds it to the battle. But the key thing is that we're going to summon it at a level that is like maybe 5 less than this one. Get level. Do we have a get level? No, we don't. Well, we're going to code it. Get level. Should be character data, not level. All right, so get level -5. And then we probably need it to be a minimum level at least. Actually, we could just do that inside of character data. We could just say, oh, level equals 1. That's not a good idea, right? Oh, because then we level up over here. Their num level ups equals the maximum of 0, comma, level val -1. And then num level ups. Okay, so now let's go get in a fight with that and see if it's summoning stuff correctly. No, it will not do that because I forgot to do a couple of things. First of all, this should be an int. Second, I need to go into the enemy spawn region and set this to all of the new things that I just added. The new enemy packs. Do I have command N to do that? Yeah, I do. Nice. All right, so let's add in these. Good. And then let's give it the right type over here. This will be region type 4. We might as well code the other ones in. This will be 5. And this will be 6. Good. So now we should see the summoner guy. Invalid region type 5. Yeah, of course. All right, well, what if we just didn't worry about that right now? What if we just made 5 and 6 be the same as this for right now? All right, so bat was like right on top of us. We should see, there they are, yep. Now if we get into fight with this, it should eventually use a skeleton summoning ability. So I'm going to level myself up to like 20. Oops, they died immediately. Well, that was too strong. Guess we'll restart this. I didn't want them killing me in one hit, but it turns out I killed them in one hit. Okay, so how much damage do I do? I should do 0. Yeah, nice. And they're not killing me immediately, so I guess this is fine. So now we just need to wait long enough, and they will eventually summon a skeleton warrior who will be 5 levels lower. So actually, if I level up a few times, I should eventually start doing damage. I'm level 8 now. Yeah, so I'm doing 19 damage to this thing. It should summon a skeleton soon. Come on. Did I not code this? I never coded this. Death Summoner has... No, it hasn't. Is it called Death Summoner? No, it's not. It's called Death. Oh. Whoops. All right, so then let's get us back up to level 8 and try that again. Hang on one second. Engage privacy mode. I didn't realize I had Signal open. Let me close this. Okay, there we go. All right, let's go back over there. Level up to level 8 before we get there. Good. Get in a fight with this thing. Gotcha. All right, so we're doing 21 damage to this one because it's a different level than the other one. And it should eventually summon, I think after like 5 or 6 turns. All right, now it has a chance, I think, to summon. Yeah, there it is. So now that I should do more damage to. Yes, 26 damage. Yeah. And maybe ideally it is much weaker. Otherwise the battle will just keep filling up with enemies. Pretty neat though. Yeah. So the longer this fight goes on, if you only had single target abilities, you'd just probably lose. All right, but now it's time to put in my skill points. I'll show it. I'll just get sweeping arc, much better there. Time to die. Use crush there because it's somewhat automated. There are backgrounds of the zones now. Yeah, it's about time. Look at this intense battle. Yeah. Yeah, there are 7 zones. And I think having them be roughly this size is probably a good idea so that you're not, taking forever to move through the world. Although we could just add teleportation. But also so that you can see all the different battles that are playing out. So like if I get into this fight over here and I have another character and it's in this fight over here, you can still see them. But if they're on opposite ends of the world, you need to do something where you like compile all the battles together. Remind me of Legend of Zelda? Yeah, a little bit. I think these graphics especially. And I guess the staircase. Those remind me a lot of it. Okay, so we got 2 more zones to make. And let's see, what did I call the zones? This is the library over here. So what will we expect to see in the library? I guess some of the more like human characters, maybe this row. And what's the last one called? I think I called it Witchy Area. Why did I call it that? There's spikes and cauldrons and stuff. Whatever. Yeah, doesn't matter. All right, let's take some of this top row and put them in. Can you automate the battle? Yeah. So if you put your points into this, then now I won't make any more decisions during battle. But there's no other control you get over this other than picking which abilities you have equipped. So my character's picking what it wants to do, but I could be like, you know what, don't use crush in battle, use lightning zaps. And instead of sweeping arc, use, summon skeleton. And so there, next battle I get into, let me just super power up my character a little bit. All right, he's gonna eventually win this. And yeah, in the next fight, you'll see it's got the newly equipped abilities. So I'll go over to here. Actually over here. Yeah, so now we have lightning zaps and summon skeleton. So that's how you control the battle. It's not through writing a script or coming up with priorities or something. I don't think that would be very fun for this kind of game. It's just like, which abilities do you want and how do you level them up? So in this case, like we have summon skeleton, but we could, I know this says fill this in right now. Oh, darn it. it changed the names of all these abilities, didn't it? Ah, darn it. Yeah, that's why there's no space, because it deleted all these. Oh. I'm gonna have to fix that. Let's fix that now. Yeah, it unfortunately affected practically everything, right? Well, for some of these, it's easy enough. And then for all the rest of these, I don't think I modified any of them. Yeah, I think we can just do this. Wait, I had to do it the other way? I have to do it this way? Yeah, there. Okay, ability names fixed. This we also want to fix. Cool. Yeah, I got to be very careful we don't check any of that stuff in. That's all fine. This is probably fine, or we would have run into an issue by now. You consider doing an in-game script editor, which lets you determine how your automated character moves. Maybe they could all be robots. So I know that part's a joke, but I think the part that people actually are wondering about is like, could I have more influence over the battle? And I just don't see a need in an automation game like this, because the way I've always said this is I think battle strategies are usually just pretty obvious from a player point of view, and then they're hard to come up with, like, okay, how do I make these priorities work? How do I debug it? And I think that'd be a totally different game. I wonder if this got messed up anywhere else. I don't see anything right off the bat just by searching through this quickly. But it could have been anywhere. Man, I don't like that that even happens. No, yeah, everything else looks fine. Okay, then don't worry about this. So what was I gonna do? I was gonna go code the other regions. Yeah. So constants. All right, so library. We said we were gonna take some of the human characters up at the top, I guess. Let's take like this group. So what are your names? Paladin, presumably. So it goes warrior, thief, ranger, mage, priest, shaman, berserker, swordsman. So paladin, I want from paladin all the way down to priest. Yeah, these. All right, we're just going to throw you all into one group. And that'll be everything in this region. The low effort group. We're going to call you humans. All right, and you can be levels, I don't know, 31 to 40. All right, and you're always going to be led by, actually, you could be led by different things, I suppose. But yeah, for now, I guess let's just pick which one looks the most likely to lead this group. The priest. Let's go with that. All right, and then num extra can be anywhere from 1 to 8. And it'll just be all of the different things that we have. Good. All right. I think that should work. Now we just need to put humans into the region. Good. All right, so if I go down to here, yep, those still have the one I copy pasted, but this is the new humans region. And yeah, cool, looks good. All right, final zone, I said was witchy stuff because it looks like this. I don't really think it matters what we come up with, but I guess I'll go with this row. So what do we have, like wolf something or other? Yeah. Gray wolf, brown wolf, black wolf. Black wolf is red. What? Then dove / pigeon. Oh no, I'm on the wrong row. Oh, there they are. Oh, they're not called wolves then. What are they? They're called minotaurs. Okay. So we want you 3, then the demons. I think like that, yeah. So we should have what? 1, 2, 3. Wait, I'm confused. Yeah, I'm very confused. Minotaur Axe, Minotaur Club, Minotaur Alt. I must be looking the wrong way. I am looking the wrong ones. Oh my god. Those are nulls. That's why. Okay, so I want this group, this group of stuff then. So we're gonna make nulls be in there, Minotaurs, and then the Elder Demons. All right, so nulls, Minotaurs, and Elder Demons. Nulls, Minotaurs, and I'll just call them demons. Okay, and this is like the final area. So the nulls that we have are these. Cool. And you shall be led by the null fighter captain. Cool. And then you'll be level, I don't know, 41 to 50. And yeah, whatever, looks good. All right, next up, Minotaur. Let's just put all three of you in one spot. So predetermined classes. You will be led by the Minotaur with a... What's that third weapon called? Alt? Okay, let's say you're going to be led by Minotaur Alt. Oh, you should also be 41 to 50. All right, predetermined classes we give you are Minotaur Axe and Minotaur Club. Minotaur Axe, Minotaur Club. Minotaur Club sounds like a cool place to meet up after school. Then we got Elder Demon, Fire Demon, and Horn Demon. Let's have you be led by the Elder Demon. And then let's throw in just a whole bunch of random demons. Hang on one sec. Okay, just need to close my door. Elder Demon, Fire Demon, and Horn Demon. All right, we'll generate a few of you. And maybe make you slightly higher level. All right, so only one enemy actually has a special ability. Which means that I think the summoner is going to be overpowered. We probably need to start giving some of these enemies like 2 attacks at once, at the very least. In fact, maybe that's what we do. What is this? Pick 1 and do power scaling times get power. So debug attack 2 is also power scaling of that amount. Yeah, I think once characters hit a certain level, they can start hitting 2 of your enemies, or 2 of you at a time. In fact, yeah, let's do that here. If level val is greater than, I don't know, 25, then also append debug attack 2. And if it's greater than 40 or 35 maybe, I don't know, then debug attack 3. So that way at higher levels, they will be able to attack more of your characters, and it probably still won't matter. But only the summoner can even have extra characters. No, that's not even true. All of them can be summoners because I didn't code that many abilities. Oh, whatever. So next up is to make this thing be correct. So all we need to do is add in these 3. So we put those here. Delete the last one. And there, all of the zones should now have their own special enemy types. Let's make sure that's the case. Possible classes in dictionary. I wonder what the enemy pack is. 17. Unfortunately, I don't know what that means. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's either Minotaurs or demons, depending on whether it's 1 indexed or not. I see. That's the problem. Found it. Maybe just for color variety, I should change the main characters of those ones. But yeah. All right. Well, there's our spawn logic. We do have one error here. This is happening every time? Invalid pipelines cache header. NVIDIA driver update. I'm guessing just reload the project and it'll just get fixed. I'm going to try that. We'll see what happens. All right, are we still seeing that error? Yes, we are. I don't think there's anything I can do about this. Error warning in building. Try running in compatibility mode. Yellow error message. I'm just not going to worry about this. Sure, whatever. I want to fix these zones once and for all. How do I do it? Man, all right. Well, one way we could do this is just go into enemy spawn region and just, whoops, not like that. Go into enemy spawn region and make them different shapes over here. Yeah, so we do it like that maybe, and like that, and then hope that we did it correctly. That's close. It needs to be a little bit thinner. All right, that's pretty good. Oh man. Yeah, actually, I guess a tiny bit smaller over here and over here. All right, now we're looking pretty good. And if we really want to do it, there. Got it. All right, so we're done with that task. Enemies should spawn with proper levels and stat scaling. Region should know which levels to spawn, how many enemies should appear. Done. Well, let's go check that in. Danaroma, thanks for subbing. Welcome back. I wonder when your first sub was. I don't know how to see that. But you've been following since 2017. Yeah, thank you. So let's look through all these changes. This is good, 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 good. That's good. This is technically its own little change. Just like add some padding to the... I'll just do that. Oh, totally fine. I'm not trying to get you out of lurking necessarily. I was just curious when your first sub might have been, because a lot of people nowadays have a streak from the last 4 months, and it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't matter. All right, so we added in a way of having stack growth here. We got enemies to load much better. We added in all the different enemy regions. To really split up the constants files, but it's not important right now. Yeah, all this stuff looks pretty good. Sure, cool. Add enemies to each region. Add custom enemies to each region. Not custom, I don't know, whatever. Add enemies to each region. Yeah, so I haven't taken a balance pass yet, but they do have stat scaling. All right, this next part I feel like is going to be kind of tough. Make sure abilities have proper tooltips. Wait, no, that's not the tough part. Never mind. You need to think about how we'll take power into account for tooltips. Maybe we should just take in an entire character, maybe a level and a power. We don't even have ability tooltips. We just have mod tooltips. Yeah, you should be able to hover over slash and see what it does. I feel like maybe we should start with that. Or maybe we should just see how this thing works. It's a chance to do extra damage, extra slashes on the same target. Chance to deal 500% damage. Causes enemy to bleed for 1 damage per second. Okay, so this is a good example. It says causes enemy to bleed for 1 damage per second, but that's not actually how it works. It's Oh, well, it kind of is. Wait, what? How does this work? Dire slash power scaling times power plus level times damage per level. Yeah, we don't have that. I don't know how we render this. Like the way that abilities work is we say something like, 50% of your power as damage, for example. So we could literally say that, deals damage equal to 50% of your power, or we could render what that is at the moment. So deal damage deals, 17 damage, but then you wouldn't know how it scales. But I guess the scaling doesn't really matter because, yeah, I guess we should do it this way. So we should take your power into account. So we don't have your power in here, which means when we're coming up with the description, all right, let's look at how this works. So there should be a place where we get the description function. Here it is. And if it's a callable, then call it with your level. And in this case, we do have your character data, so there's nothing saying we can't do that. Deals 17, 50% power damage. Yeah. Yeah, I think then every tooltip gets just a little bit more verbose. And I guess you'd kind of be able to sort of reverse engineer that. I think I'm going to stick with the absolute damage for now. And then for any skills where you can level them up, I'll just say how they get leveled up. And that hopefully will work. What was I going to do? I was going to pass in character data here, I guess. Is this going to do anything bad for me? Because all we really need is level and power. But maybe in the future we want more than that. All right, well, I'm going to do this, and maybe we end up regretting this. So we're going to call this with character data. And now we got to go change a million functions. Actually, how many of these have we code in? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, only 4? Oh, that's not too bad. Oh, okay. Well, and they're all in the slash ability. Okay, so then this shouldn't be too bad. We just go over to here, and we have these all taken character data. Character data. Actually, maybe I should just say like C. Yeah, that's probably better. Character data. Yeah, hovering with the Alt key or something. I guess if people cared about that, yeah, I could add something like that. Share a screenshot once I'm home if you're still curious. I could look it up, I guess. Dota skill tooltip. Not sure. Maybe this is an example. This isn't a skill though. This is an item. But yeah. Yeah, I'll just do this for now, I suppose. So slash deals %d times power. So we want this to be, I guess, rounded to, yeah, so %.0f%%. So deals this much damage to a single target. So it's power scaling times c.get power. Oh, except for it's on a percent. Oh, so we don't need that at all. We just need this. And this doesn't even show up in the game anywhere, does it? Oh boy. What does this do then when you are on the character select screen? I think this is going to break. Identifier level not declared. Oh yeah, whoops. Oh my god. It's going to be so annoying. Oh, all right. Let's just add this in so that it doesn't complain at me. This is going to be c.get level, which doesn't even exist as far as I know. It's just level. All right, and let's put this in here too, and I guess here. So now that shouldn't break anything. But when I go to the title screen, I think it's going to break. Oh, we don't show descriptions here? Okay, fine. Yeah. Get power is not present on what? Yeah, it's just called power. All right. So where can I take a look at this? For one, this formula should ideally be the same formula used over here too, so that I don't need to do anything special for this. So there should just be like a compute damage thing here. It's dire / power scaling. Where's the base damage figured out? Where's the base damage? I have no idea. I don't know where this is. Where's the damage? Battle chance for critical. Here it is. Damage equals power scaling times source.get power. Okay, so what I was thinking is this formula is what shows up in the tooltip as well. What if we had a type that we could pass around that would just do that for us? So we could say something like func or static func get base damage, and it could take in a character data and return a float, and yeah, this would be totally fine. And then here it could just be get base damage of C. And here it could be get base damage of source dot character data. There we go. Hey, Eden. Over on YouTube. Yeah, so this is probably the best way to do this so that the tooltips can just always be updated automatically as soon as I update this get base damage. This doesn't show in the game, so I can't test this at all right now. This does lead to some extra functions, but I think it'd be clearer. Yeah, I think it'd be clearer. All right, so that's what we would have to do. I think the more important thing to do for this probably, because like this is something I could just do in some free time that maybe I'll have tomorrow. By the way, I'm debating on whether I should stream tomorrow. And I'm not actually asking this as a rhetorical, I'm just thinking out loud. But I think the pro of not streaming is just kind of like getting stuff done and not worrying about any pressure and preparing for the prototype that way. So I'm not totally sure I'm going to do it yet. What's up? We're getting ready for launching this prototype on Friday. And so where we are now, why is this happening? I'm trying to, there we go. Yeah, so where we are now is we have different enemies in the world. You can get into battles with them, of course. You can play out the battles, you can level up your characters, you can get new abilities, you can get new characters. But the game's not balanced yet. And yeah, you can't see tooltips for your abilities. I think let's hold off on this for now. I do think this is important, but I don't think it's important for right this second. Yeah. Yeah, it's a game, yeah. Yeah, you can find out more with the idle command. There you go. Design too long for YouTube. Interesting. That's a small bug in my bot. I'm gonna write that down. Small bug in YouTube bot. Let me just copy paste this. There. Idle responds with design because it's an alias. All right. So I think we're gonna hold off on this. I think I will take power into account. Yeah. So just put this somewhere else. This is kind of content and it's still important. It's just not for right now. Add ability tooltips to battle. Yeah. Look at / for how I decided to do this. All right, it's break time. So let me just look at what I want to do after the break. Add a boss to the game. Yeah. So all I did is I modified, what, one prototype here? Yeah, we're gonna say like change how tooltips work. I didn't finish this code yet. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break. Eden, since you're the only person on YouTube who's chatting, if you want to play this game, you have to join on Twitch. But is it jump time? It's jump time. Oh, whoops. I didn't realize I left the April Fool's stuff on. Sorry about that. That means that stats aren't actually saved to this game either. Oh man. Yeah, sorry about that. Well, I'm back. Let's switch scenes and close the game. And now let's go fix that. Code Jump Royale. What did we change here? Scale amount max, the time scale, that's it. Yeah, so just get reset hard and then switch back to main. Wait, what? Oh, because I'm in the wrong remote. Origin main? Is it this? I don't know what I'm doing wrong right now. Get remote dash V. Yeah, it should just be origin slash main. Huh. I wonder if I need it. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. I don't want to actually merge this in with the current thing though. I just want to switch branches. All right. What if... Wonder how I did this to begin with. Because yeah, I don't remember. And I'm not. Let me just read this message again. Let me see. If you meant to check out a remote tracking branch on e.g. Origin, you can do so by fully qualifying the name of the track option. If you'd like to always have checkouts do this, I don't know what track is for this. Maybe switch is just an alias for this. Origin slash main. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I should have nothing wrong here, and polling shouldn't do anything. Good, yeah. All right, but then we need to go build this, or else it's still going to be the old code. All right, click build. All right, and yeah, hopefully that's just set for next time now. Yeah, I knew I forgot something, but I got everything else reverted from April Fools, I think. I even like re-imported my database so that I didn't have the commands from April Fools. All right, so add a region that only contains a single boss enemy and maybe even have the label boss kill me to win the game above it. I should probably detect that you've beaten it and show a message like that's it. Probably keep respawning so you can kill all your characters. Yeah, we can do this. Where should we do this? Maybe we throw it. Actually, I guess if the last region is this, then we should just make something off of this thing. So yeah, let's go do that. All right, so in the background layer, let's hide the collider for this for right now. So in the background layer, we want to color pick this one, or tile pick this one, and then put this here. And then we'll make a new region off of the bottom of this. So I'll just kind of hastily draw something in here. Let's do this. Where are the corners here? Corner piece, corner piece. Corner, corner. Draw this in. Actually, wait a second. This doesn't look right. This should all be foreground stuff, I guess, because otherwise it's going to have gray bleeding out. Did none of the other tiles have this problem? I guess not. Huh. And I don't even have a ground that I could apply to all of this. I guess we could just take something like this, maybe. All right, well, let's finish drawing the top part of this at the very least. Let's do that. And then let's copy all of this into the foreground. Whoops. No, come on. There. All right. Then let's fix the corner piece down here. Good. And then in the background, let's put a bunch of tiles underneath all this. Maybe this. All right. What does that look like now? Practically impossible to see what it... Yeah, it's not bad. Okay. How's that? Is that good enough? Maybe throw in like a couple of little things in there. What if we put this in? A rug. I mean, I think this is probably good enough. Maybe we'll throw in some of these and just indicate that this is the death region. Okay, done with that. Now let's go make a new region for that. So we need a new spawn region. Enemy spawn region. We're gonna call this boss spawn region. And we're gonna editable children. There we go. Then make this totally unique. How do we do that? We can make the shape unique, I guess. Where even is this? There it is. Yeah, I want to make this unique. There, done. Okay, so now I should be able to drag this down here and set this up. Good. Whoops. So hard to hit these drag points. There we go. All right, now you are allowed to have one enemy in here. It'll be the boss. So region type is going to be, I think, 7 I haven't used yet. And you get one enemy. Tile set pools look a lot like Rukoi. Never heard of that. Huh, yeah, interesting. Never seen this game. I was going to say the sprites that I'm using are ones that anyone could buy. So it's possible that you see another game that looks kind of like them. There's a game called Realm of the Mad God, and it uses these exact same sprites. So, or are they the exact same ones? Yeah, I think they were the exact same ones. And they added a bunch of other ones on top of that. All right, so boss monster. Let's go back to this. Yeah. So what should be the boss monster in the game? What's the scariest looking monster on here? It could be just one of the dragons, I guess. It could be this little turnip thing. And then the other question I'd have is, like, should the boss monster have lots of minions? Because you tailor, whatever, it'll just have lots of minions, sure. Let's make it be, I kind of like this thing with like some dragons and stuff, and maybe it could even summon. Yeah, so what is that thing called? We'll put 7 constants enemy packs boss. Constants enemy pack boss. Add you in here. All right, so boss is going to have that thing, whatever that was. So what are you? You're some kind of golem. You were the lava golem. Yeah, you're the lava golem. So that's what you're going to look like. And you're going to be level 75. It's probably impossible to kill. I don't know, maybe make you level 50. And then not number of extra things. We're going to have some predetermined classes there with you. We're going to give you... Actually, no, maybe we should just have it be that one character, and then the character can summon other things as the battle goes on. I kind of like that idea. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. So fine, just a level 50 lava golem, and that's it. Colorful humanoid for the boss and slime versions for the minions. These things? Yeah, could be. Really, all this is pretty arbitrary. So just having this character walk around, it kind of matches the zone at least. That's kind of what I was thinking. It's like got the red and black vibe. And so there it is, level 50. Probably need to write like this is the boss on it. And so now we need to go give it some special abilities. Maybe it can summon skeleton warriors as well. Let's go into character data. So boss is going to get a debug attack 3, summon skeleton warrior, and maybe it can also use lightning zaps. I don't know, sure, whatever. Although lightning zaps probably isn't too different from debug attack 3. Maybe it should use something that's just like even stronger. I'll just leave it like this. I think it's fine. Feels like reaching the boss would not be that hard. Yeah. This is just for the prototype. I don't think reaching the boss should be super hard. Also, no, there is no collision in the map, and I don't even plan on adding this for the prototype, so you literally could just walk around the map and go over here. So I just need to make this character strong enough in this fight that you don't just kill it at level 1. And like right now you could see this is impossible to win because my strongest ability does 1 damage. But like if I got to level 10, maybe that would be different and I'd actually be able to kill it while I'm missing. Yeah, okay, I can kill it in 2 hits. So balancing hasn't been done yet, but there, final boss is dead. Procedurally generating maps isn't something I plan on doing, and the ability to ascend isn't something I plan on doing. This is a game that's supposed to be finite, so you will eventually win. And in the final game, you know, there will be more hours of playtime, but you will still eventually win. So I think ascending is kind of key to a lot of idle games that are out there, which is what kind of makes me think I shouldn't be marketing this as an idle game at all. I think it doesn't give that impression enough to people. And I definitely want to write that down. Yeah, let's write that down. Market. Yeah, here. Also, people probably expect the following from the idle genre. Infinite gameplay, prestiging. What else? Maybe lots of different systems. Anything else that might be here? Yeah, I think just that. I skipped like 1 stream and I have I don't think it's not like I'm still using the same sprites. I just happen to draw out the world a little bit more. But yeah, welcome back, Trackley. All right, so I want to put, instead of the level above this one, I want to put that it's the boss monster somehow, and I am probably just going to hard code this. So yeah, set level text is right here. Maybe maybe I just add a special label to the boss monster that's just always pointing to it saying, this is the boss, beat this to win the prototype. I literally could just add in a label in the world. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Oh, I see, Trackley. I mean, I have been putting a lot of time into this. That's for sure. Yeah, I'll put a label here. We'll throw this down here and just say, this is the boss monster. Kill it to win the prototype. This is like the most immersion breaking thing. Oh man. I am actually probably going to leave that there. Hey Rensu. Looks like the prototype is almost complete. I mean, the prototype is almost complete. We're launching on Friday, so really there's only 2 days total to be able to make this still. Hey Han. What game engine is this? This is Godot. Okay, so is there anything that we need to do for the boss that isn't already done other than balance it? I think that's pretty much it. It would be kind of cool to have it be a different summon than it has, but I'm not going to do that right now. All right, so what do we have? Why is max time enemies set to null here? What? Where is it set to null? Oh, these. What happened with this? What did happen with that? Nothing changed. Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. I don't know what 0 even means, though. Probably that nothing's spawning? No, they're still spawning. What is going on? This number is set to 0 right here. I don't know how that happened. All right. Also, I don't know how they're getting the right values then. Like, how many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that one should just be set to... That's a spidery zone. The armory is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you should both be set to 6. I'm not... I don't know how this is. Wasn't even detected as a change. So those are both 6. That one's 9, 8, 8, and 1. Yeah, all right. All those other ones are fine. Exactly. All right, so enemy spawn region. Cool. This is all just this one change of adding this in. Yeah, these are no longer set to null. I don't know how they were ever null to begin with, but fine. Character data, we add in the boss. Oh, wait, no, that's not correct. This should be Lava Golem. I already learned that lesson once. In fact, if I go get in that fight, it should kill... It should do 3 attacks at once. So let's level up the Necromancer a bit and give you some summon skeleton stuff. And now go fight the boss. When's it releasing? I mean, I don't know about the final release, but it's in 2 days I'm going to launch the prototype. And that's when people can tell me, is it fun? Is it not fun? Hey, nuts. Okay, so we can't summon a skeleton yet. Oh, that's a problem. It's showing up over the battle. I need to put this inside the... right there. There we go. All right, I mean, it still looks kind of stupid, but... yeah, okay, so Poison Dagger. So I just wanted to test, is this thing going to summon stuff? And it should, but it should take up to, I think, 15 seconds. So when this is 3/4 full, it should be able to summon something. Can I even do damage to this thing? I cannot. Well, it should still summon pretty soon. There it goes, yeah. And I should be able to do damage to that, I think. Can I? Nope. All right, so this was the test I wanted to do. Yeah, the boss is hitting all 3 of these at once. Yeah, that's the thing I wanted to try out. So that way, it's not just that the summoner is magically better than everybody else. Although if I level up enough times, I should be able to kill it. Yeah, there we go. I only do damage with 1 ability. I guess we could put points into these ones. Except for, yeah, that should work. Because I think I had to do extra damage when you... Nope, it still not do anything. Oh, no, there it goes. Yeah. It's whenever the poison spreads that it does damage like that. So that's it. We win the game. We get 5 experience. All right, whatever. Looks pretty good. So we've added in the boss monster. And we tested that its abilities are working. Yeah, it looks fine. Add boss monster. How long have I been working on this project for? I started coding, I think 16 days ago. So I linked in the journal command there. And yeah, I've been doing game design for a little bit longer on this, but I started designing a game on March 13th and then started the prototype. I always forget when this is. Yeah, started the prototype on the 18th. So we're going to launch in 2 days. And then, as I mentioned, if it's fun, then cool, we'll pursue it. We'll actually make the game. If it's not fun and there's, you know, like 20% of the game we have to change to make it fun, then fine, maybe we try that out. But if it's not fun and we need to change the entire game, then that's it. We're just not doing this. Yeah, boss beat. Time to submit your feedback. Yeah, that's how that will hopefully work. Oh, wait, what's that? Get base damage is a static function, but was called from an instance. It should be called from the type. Are you serious? I can't do... I mean, it's not hard to do that, but I didn't think I had to do that. Slash not declared in current scope. Okay. Slash ability. Yeah, there we go. All right, fine. Fix warning. All right, so I think we're done with that, right? Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. So done with, oops, not like that. Do it like this. Close issue. Okay, so balance the gaming a bit. This is not going to be easy. And you already kind of saw this with, I have this ability in the game, Crush. which does 5 times your power as damage, and very quickly you get to the point where you can kill everything. So I've got all of the things in the game that would let me scale this. I think the biggest problem is the fortitude calculation. Like right now, you take your level and divide by 2, and that's what your fortitude is. And we do power or like damage minus fortitude, something like this. And so if you are level 50, you will take 25 less damage on every attack. And if you're only doing 20 damage, it means you're not doing anything. All right, take care, Han. Yeah, it's a prototype. Still unsure about the game engine. Is this like a multi-year project? No, this would be probably like in the range of 4 to 6 months, I would guess. And I probably wouldn't do it alone. How do you like Godot so far? I like it. I'm frustrated more by using VS Code with Godot than I am by using Godot itself. And I run into a bunch of issues with this. And I'm just like annoyed by them. So if I add a new class, I have to go into Godot and I have to hit reload project for this to get fixed. And if I mean, I'll show this thing else that happened too. Like, let's say I leave off a quotation mark here and I hit save. It deletes all the spaces after this. I can't think of another auto formatter that does that. And so if I don't realize that, then there go all my spaces and I need to like manually add them back in. So anyway, little things like that make it annoying, but the engine itself I think has been mostly fine. It's a lot better than it was 4 years ago. Fortitude should be level divided by 3 or scale of difficulty. Well, there's actually not really a problem with reducing all damage taken by 25 as long as you're dealing more than 25 damage. I guess that's the whole point of balance, is like you could approach this from any direction. You could say like, okay, increase character power. You could say decrease the enemy fortitude. You could, I don't know, change formulas entirely. And I think the properties that I want out of this are sort of hard to figure out. I mean, I guess we're doing a balance pass. I guess this is already a problem. Crush is 5 times power with a 20% chance to miss. So that means on average, it's doing 4x of your power. Whereas slash is 1x. So it never makes sense to use slash over crush if the enemy doesn't have a tiny amount of life left, because slash is guaranteed to hit at least. So yeah, this power just needs to be scaled down. And if you wanted to balance them completely, you'd say one of them is like a 1 point, maybe like 4. And that way 80% of that is still a little bit better than slash. In fact, yeah, I guess we just say it's like a, I don't know, 1.3, something like that. And now what does sweeping arc do? Sweeping arc is 0.8, but if there are 3 enemies, it'll hit all 3, so it'll do 2.4. So yeah, it's like way better than slash when you even have 2 enemies. So if we want to make it like a little bit, we could do something like this even, 0.6 damage. So now when you get the full effect, it's like way better than the full effect. Or way better than slash. And slash itself probably needs to do more damage. So this is just balancing abilities between each other, but then I need to figure out how the like starting areas are going to go. And I think I even wrote it in here. I want the starting areas to not last for very long. Maybe it's like a few attacks. And that maybe that area on its own gets you to level 5. And we need to figure out experience as well. So I have an idea on the leveling part, which is when you gain experience. Where do you gain experience? Grant experience, yeah. When you gain experience and you're less than level 5, that it just follows a set routine. We could also have the battles granted this way. Hey, Mitch, welcome back. Yeah, level 5, the training wheels fall off. I mean, at least that's what I was thinking. Like we sort of treat it as the starter zone is how you get to level 5, and these enemies are special enemies. And then everything beyond that zone is like a regular enemy. Some kind of stunning mechanic or something that makes some enemies really punish you for missing might help. Yeah, I have stuns in the game already, but none of the enemies use it. So that's actually part of Crush. Yeah, Shockwave. Well, it doesn't say what it does. But Shockwave is like you stun other enemies when you hit something with Crush, I think. So there's nothing that stops the enemies from using this too. I would just need to add that in. Hey, Pressel. So let's see what this would look like. Let's say if level is less than 5, then amount gained equals... Actually, let's do this. If level... Let's just match the level. And then we'll say if it's 1, then the amount gained is always going to level you up. So how much does it take to level you up? Where's the remaining experience? I know I coded a 20 somewhere. I'm looking for the number 20, but I don't see it. Oh, there it is. It's just a constant. Yeah, I see. Experience to next level. So we should make this a function. Get experience to next level. This is going to be an int. And it's going to return, I guess, like character data dot get total experience to level +1 minus the current experience that you have. And then we need a static function here that is get total experience to level. And this is just going to return 20 for right now, I guess. Now, where does this show up in the game? Get experience percentage. This has to be that character data. Yeah, get total experience to level +1. Right? This is just going to be debug level up is going to be always grant how much you need. Get experience to next level. Yeah, there we go. Hey, Sai. Just thinking of some circumstances where doing less damage more consistently might be useful. Yeah. Yeah, and it would need to be clear that you're getting stunned in the game or that you have a chance to miss. Part of the problem with stuns in a game like this is that when you're fighting 9 enemies, if they all have a chance to stun, then you might get stun locked. So you need diminishing returns, or you need some way of otherwise balancing that, like they run out of stuns that they can do. But yes, that is definitely something for the final game we need to consider. All right, so this is if experience is greater than the amount you need to level up. Actually, just I guess if get experience to next level is less than or equal to 0, then experience minus equal. Why do I do this? No, this is not how this should work, right? Should we allow you to get multiple levels at a time? This should just be character data get experience, get total experience a level +1. Yeah, there we go. All right, so now this can be deleted. So what do we just do? We made it so that I can code that debug thing right here. Yeah, so the amount gained that you get on your very first fight is going to be however much you need to level up. And on the second fight, it's always going to be this divided by 2. And I guess we could round up. Is there a round function? You could just do ceiling of this divided by 2. Okay, and then maybe the same thing with level 3. And with level 4, we could say it takes 3 fights. Honestly, that's still probably too much. I'm not totally sure about this. So that's if... Yeah, let's go test that out. So that means that your very first fight will just immediately level you up. What is this? Parameter level is never used. Yeah, I need to do that at some point. We can just put that there for now. And level is shadowing a variable. It should be impossible because it's a static function. but I guess let's just type it LVL and make it an underscore. All right. So let's get into one fight. We fight a bat and 2 spiders. We use sweeping arc and we do 6 damage, and this fight will take forever. So that's not good. These should definitely have less life. And if we're going to go with the power of what we have, which I think is pretty reasonable, like you start with 10 power, then that means that the enemy should maybe have... Let's have it enough so that this can differentiate itself. So you do 13 damage like this. So maybe let's have them have 25 life. Yeah, I think it's pretty reasonable. Watch everywhere stocks up. Actually does help me. Yeah, so starting enemies should have 25 life. So we could code this into here. I just added a new thing. We could say max life starts at 25. Enemy power starting at 10. Probably reasonable. I don't know. And what level are they in the starter zone? They are always level 1. All right. Yeah. So you get into a fight now, and now these things should have way less life. Yeah, and it wouldn't make sense to use anything other than sweeping arc, I guess, until you're down to this situation. Then you slash is pretty good. Yeah, nice. Okay, so that leveled us up. Now we get into another fight. Now there's just one enemy. We'll use Crush. We do 15.6 damage. That's pretty good. Good, we killed them. We got halfway to level 3. And we're doing more damage, but it's not a significant amount of damage extra, I guess. Yeah. That's wrong. What happened there? Oh, whoops. Whoops. I coded that wrong. Yep. I know what I did wrong. Hey, Matt. Yeah, what I did is I put this match on level here, and this is how much you need to get to the next level from what you currently have. So this is essentially Zeno's paradox here. If you need 10 experience, you're going to get 5, and then you're going to get 2.5, and then you're going to get 1.25, and then you're going to get... Yeah, so what I meant to do is the other function that I wrote, get total experience. Yeah, this. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's restart this, I guess. And I'll just force myself to be level 2. Oh, and we can actually put a point into any of these, I suppose. Chance to do extra attacks. Yeah, not that that's really going to help. All right, so all we're testing is this should put the green bar right in the very middle. Well, I guess it was already doing that. Then the second fight should level me up. Yeah, so this should level me up. Good. So now I'm level 3. Now it should take 3 battles. I feel like your power should probably grow even faster so that these battles are faster. That did not take 3 battles. Did I just code it to be 2? I did. Yes, I was fine with it being 2. Then let's go with that. All right, and then one more battle. Oh no, that was it. Now it takes 3 battles to level up. Yep. And this +5 doesn't actually mean anything. That's just hard-coded. I gotta fix that too. Oh, wait a sec. Oh, we can modify how much experience. Okay, so this is not how this should work. Share some Dota screenshots. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll have to take a look. All right, so this is not where this should happen. I'm guessing we just hard-coded a grant 5 somewhere. Yes, right there. EXP equals 5 and grant whatever. So we're going to change this. The how many 9s you have. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same way of doing things. It's just a little less readable. So we could put this into character data of like compute how much. We could put this anywhere actually. I guess I could just make this a static function here. Static func get experience granted. All right, this is a pretty complicated function actually because we need to take in all the characters that existed at the beginning of the battle. So like when a battle starts, we need to track how many enemy characters there were. Oh, but what happens if you kill new ones that spawn in mid-fight? I don't think that should matter. Let me think about this. Actually, maybe we don't even give you a bonus. Maybe we just, let's not make this complicated then. Grant experience. So we're gonna go back over here. So set experience granted is gonna be like, oh, this doesn't even need to be a static function, I guess. I might as well just make it one though. But get experience granted, source level, target level. Something like that. All right, now call this function over here. Experience equals character data, get experience granted. So source character is going to be you. So that'll go here. Target character is going to be the thing you just killed, which is, I guess, going to be enemy primary character data dot level. Yeah, this. And then we grant that much experience. All right, and that's where this needs to come in. Yeah, so we delete all of this stuff, I guess. So we'll just say experience equals 5, and then delete this. This is, yeah, let's just say amount. Okay, so it's if source level is less than 5. Source level represents the character getting the experience. Yeah. Okay, I think we're looking good there. All right, so now the tooltip should match. This is going to be, no, this won't be weird. This will be fine. Cannot access instance variable level from the function. Oh, because I didn't change these. Still cannot access this, line 151. I didn't change them all. I don't know what happened with the syntax highlighting, or the linter. Cannot call non-static function get experience the next level. Oh yeah, this. So this would need to be a character data that we pass in. We don't have to do this. Yeah, we don't have to do this. We can just do this. Therefore, it must be broken. Maybe it is. All right, parameter target levels never used. Yeah, this will have to come into play eventually. Just not yet. All right, so now let's just get into a fight and let's win it. And it should say plus 10 experience, I guess. Oh, plus 20. Yeah, that's correct. Then the next fight should be plus 10. Yeah. All right, that's pretty good. So as far as leveling up, I'm happy with that. I'm pretty happy with their life values and everything, but this has no scaling taken into account. So let's say that we're going to start a new character here, and let's just get this character to level 5 automatically. And so now you're in the new zone, because I guess the starter guys aren't going to give you very much experience anymore. Also, how much experience it takes to level up should probably change. So what are we going to do for this? This function, we need to make this. Gazelle, are you looking for something in particular? Because all the commands are here. 1.5 every time for experience needed. I want all the numbers to be human understandable. And so I think when you start getting to like, oh, it takes 1 million experience to level up and I'm getting 10,000, you have to do some math in your head to figure out, okay, how many kills do I need to get to 1 million? Whereas if I'm like, look, you need 1,000 and you're getting 5, I think it's just easier for you to understand that math than it is to understand just larger number math. And so the way I could do this is I think I wrote that every level could require more experience than the last one and doesn't have to, but how much experience you get should be capped. Yeah, more like that progression, or more like just not even having the amount you need change. Maybe just always need 1,000, for example. And yeah, in fact, what did I write in the design doc about this? Each level requires some amount of experience, at least as much as the previous level. Enemies always grant experience based on your level difference. This amount doesn't ever rise. All enemies grant 100 experience to same level characters if your level difference is -5 or lower. Yeah. I mean, I think I'm just going to do something like, yeah, you always need 1,000 experience, maybe. I think the problem with doing that, though, is that it might feel a little bit static, that you're always getting like, well, I always kill stuff and I get 100 experience. So I need 10 fights per level and I need 5 levels to get to the next zone. So I need to do 50 fights. I don't know. But I think a good starting point is, some number that's understandable. So let's start with just 500 as that number. And where is the number 20 that I hard coded? Yeah, so get experience to level. We're just always going to have this be 500. And now automatically these battles will just grant more. Whoops. I accidentally leveled to 2. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, 250 experience. Yeah, and even that I'm a little unsure about. I think that's why they use huge numbers, because people can see they're getting more, even if it's the same as smaller numbers. Yeah. Yeah, it makes me think maybe this should increase just for the sake of increasing, but nothing's really changing. Yeah. All right. I like that idea. So total experience to level, I guess we'll say is, well, if level is less than 5, then this can just be return 100. Otherwise, return level times 100 plus 500. No, we don't even need to do the plus 500, right? So you need 100 per level, and then at level 5, you need 500. Sure, that's fine. All right, now how much do you get in the fight? So if you need 500 or 600 or whatever, I think what I want to do is get the level difference. Level diff int equals. All right, so positive means you get more experience. All right, so now if the level difference is less than -5, then whatever amount you had should be multiplied by like 0.1. Yeah. So you get almost no experience. Although you could just rip through those fights. I feel like this should be even less, like 1%. And maybe there's no lower bound. So you need 1,000 experience to level up and you're getting 0 from killing really weak enemies. I don't know. All right, now if the level difference is, if level diff, well, I guess we can put an else here. Actually, no, that's all we need to do. All right, so now let's get like a multiplier. So var multipliers equals, so at -5, so something's 5 levels lower than you, let's have it give you, I don't know, 20% of the experience you would have gotten, then maybe 40%, then let's see, so that's -5, -4, -3. -3 shouldn't be too much of a penalty, I guess. 70%, then -2 should probably not be a large penalty either. Wow. And then -1, and then 0. And then we start getting more than that. Yeah, that's probably good. Okay. So now we want to get your multiplier, var multiplier index equals the minimum of the length of multipliers. Is it length or is it size? I don't know. And your level difference that you have. And then the multiplier itself that you get is going to be equal to, there we go. And then we just multiply that. Multiplier times equal multiplier. Cool. All right, now the problem is the base amount. So we're gonna make this a percentage of how much experience you need. So I guess this all comes down to like how many fights should it take to level up? And I don't know, we say like it starts at about 5 maybe. Well, if it was taking 3 fights up to that point, I guess having it take 4 fights is reasonable. But you can get a bonus by killing stuff that's higher level than you. So how about we do this? Get however much experience you need to get to the next level, and start by dividing it by 5. Yeah. Also, this isn't going to work. I forgot to add 5. Yeah. Yeah, I think you realized. Smooth, yeah. What I was doing wrong here. All right. I think we're looking good. Use any AI assistance? Yeah, I use Copilot. Check out the Copilot command. All right, you know what we should do? We should code a, what happened here? What did happen here? Line 158. Oh, this should have said multipliers. And it still might not work. Because that might need to be size. Yeah. I was worried about that. I think that's how you do it. Variable type is being inferred from a variant, so it won't work. That's fine. We just say this is a float. Or no, this is an int. And then this is a float. I guess this doesn't know that it's an array of floats. Should be able to infer that. They could give reduced experience as you get closer to a level. I don't like that idea. All right, so we get to level 5 and we go fight something over here. So let's fight this level 7 guy. And yeah, this is going to take forever. I need to make an instantaneously win the fight key. And I'm going to do that right after this. Oh, wait, I could level this up. There we go. Now we'll at least hit every enemy. Yay. All right, so we got 132 experience, and we need 500 to level up. All right. Let's go make the insta-win thing. Not use any AI for help. They're probably doing that for IP reasons. They can't know whether you used AI or not, though. Hey, Spurman. So, automatically winning a battle. Let's just go in a battle window, and we have unhandled input in here. No, we don't, but we'll take it from game, unhandled input. We'll copy. I did not mean to paste that much, or take that much. There we go. So we'll take this into battle window. And if you press, what should make you win a fight? I don't know, Z? Does Z do anything right now? No idea. Where's the like mark key is used? Did I not do that? View port. Huh, I didn't do that. Set input is handled. There it is. All right, we want you to win the fight automatically. How do we do that? Battle ended. Maybe that's good enough. Let's try it. So Z should just win every fight that I'm in. Could not resolve class active ability. What? This implies that there's some other issue. Something I just broke. Because that's all I modified. And that definitely shouldn't be the case. Because I didn't change anything else, right? Debug attack ability. What even changed about this? Could not resolve class. Yes, something's messed up here. Let me just cut this out for a sec. That's the only thing I changed. Yeah, that's somehow breaking everything? Huh. Well, let's take a look. E input event as input key. Oh, because Z is doing something else? I probably made it do something else. I just don't know what it is. No, I didn't. Oh, Z isn't the thing. What am I talking about? It's not some like key Z or something like that, right? Oh, I'm not paying attention. Key code, yeah. Key Z. There we go. All right, now we refresh. Still can't resolve class. I think something's broken for sure. Let me restart this thing. It'll probably tell me what's going on. How am I doing? I'm doing well. Is that the time of your life? Yeah, what'd you do? What was the time of your life? All right, now it's complaining. Yeah, something's gone wrong here. Oh, tabs? Are you kidding me? Well, I never would have figured that out without this thing telling me. I wouldn't have looked at that. All right, so now we're good, although we do have a bunch of issues here, which I'm guessing are with floating point changes. Yeah. All right, yeah, now we're getting all these errors that I should have gotten before. So I guess let's just set the amount to this, and then at the very end, we'll just return it as an integer. And maybe we even floor the amount. So you're not guaranteed to get anything. I guess it's going to truncate it no matter what. And then this is integer division, which no longer has to be integer division. So there we go. And that should fix all those problems. All right, nice. Now, what did I just do that I want to test? Oh, yeah. Pressing Z will make you win a battle. So let's go over to this. So we fight a level 8 enemy, and we get 138 experience. Another level 8, 138. A level 6 gives us 126. Level 5, 120. All right, so there. I leveled up, and it put me over the top of what I needed. And now I get into battles and I'm getting more experience than I was before. That's kind of strange. Probably why I shouldn't do things this way. Yeah, this is kind of a lot of fights to have to win. So yeah, I think early on we should change this. Especially because your power level doesn't rise that quickly with these extra skill points. Like if you were doing 2 times the damage between level 5 and 10, then I guess it would make a big difference. What game dev tool am I using? I'm using Godot and GDScript. I mean, I guess you are doing a decent amount of damage here, but that's because I just haven't balanced anything. Oh man, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure how we're gonna do all this because like if I go and fight a level 29 enemy, what happens here? I do no damage. Okay, well we'll just force ourselves to win that, and now we get a problem with this because I never capped this at size -1, and there we go. All right, well that was worth testing. So now if we go over to this and automatically win this fight, levels this up, levels this up, levels this up. All right. 167 experience. 150. Yeah, you really can't get that much. Well, that wasn't really what I was testing anyway, though. What I wanted to test is like, could I skip this zone entirely and go over to the level 18 zone? And yeah, right now I definitely can. But I wonder, I think that's a problem. Also, there's no reason to do that right now because the amount that you get for experience gets capped at a certain level. Yeah, I don't think I want it to take this long to level up. So I think we want that to be 4. And maybe we want the bonus experience to be even better. I don't know. I'm balancing experience right now. I shouldn't be doing that. I should be balancing stats. Yeah, I guess this is done. That part's finished. Make skeletons spawn in your... All right, we'll do some of these other ones. I'm going to take a break. And when I get back, we'll continue working on this stuff. So is it jump time? It's jump time. I'm glad we undid the April Fool's stuff. Close the game. All right, let's do some of these quick ones here because these are just easier and they need to be done anyway. So I don't want you to get stuck in unwinnable fights, which means we need to respawn you in the forest when you die. And I think we have a like player lost battle or something here. Or in the battle window, I mean, lost battle. Well, battle has ended, definitely. It can't even find it. What's going on? Why find it? Get experience granted. Why is this a problem? Static function not found. Oh, that's why. I'm so sick of this. I hope this doesn't happen with C#. Because whatever we're doing, we're switching this to C#. And yeah. Oh, hey, sorry, Zach. I didn't realize you were trying to join the game. You have to join from Twitch right now. All right, so back to battle window. Battle ended. Still can't find it for some reason. What if I... Yeah, no, it still doesn't work. So now player overworld character battle was lost is what I want to go take a look at. So if is owned by player, we also want to set the position equals like 25, 25. All right, so now let's go lose a battle intentionally. And it should respawn us in the forest. Although it won't be obvious that it did that, I guess. So we're just going to lose this fight. There should be no way to win the fight. Unfortunately, we have a ton of life. Oh, can't use Twitch right now? I see. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't play the game through YouTube. Okay, so this actually shows another problem here. You should not have 500 life. Oh man, this is really taking a long time. Well, at least they have 2 enemies now that are attacking me. So what should happen, I'm about to lose, and it should just teleport us back to the upper left. So it should be the next attack, and then I should appear here. Did I not die? Oh, I didn't die yet. There, now I died. Okay, yeah. And then it tries dragging me back all the way over there. All right, so that's the other thing we need to do is remove whatever target you had. So how does that work? Overworld character has a right-click handler somewhere here. We say has target equals true. So let's just say has target equals false when you die. That should fix that. Add a damage multiplier against yourself. Yeah, I could just make a lose battle function. In fact, let's just go do that. So if you press Z to win a fight, then I think X is for level up. So C to lose a fight, I guess. Yeah. Battle ended -1. Okay, so now we can lose fights. So I enter this fight, I lose it. Yep, and now my character doesn't just automatically move anymore. Yeah, good. You can just mass lose the fight. Now, I think that nothing stops you from dealing damage to the boss and then just re-entering the fight afterward. Like if I enter as level 19 and do 1 hit, yeah, the boss takes some damage, I lose the fight, but now the boss should still be at the damage that they took, right? I think I want to restore them to max life again. Yeah. At least maybe just for the boss monster. But that's not a concern yet. So when one of your characters dies, respawn at the top left of the forest. Make skeletons spawn at your level. Make them gain stats by doing this. I think they gain stats if they do this. Yeah. All right, but I just need to do this at the battle character .get level. There we go. So now they'll spawn at your level, so they'll level up with you essentially. I think that's fine. All right, that's done. Make it so the new skills unlock beyond level 5 or so. Yeah, that's... I might have already done this. No, I did not already do this. All right, let's just do some cons here. First, unlock level equals 2. Can it type out other ones for me? Yes, it can. All right, that's all of them. Now let's go replace these with first, and then second, third, fourth, and fifth. Cool. And then let's just change these numbers to be minimally +3 of what they currently are. but probably more than that. Yeah, probably at least 3 higher than that. And then separate these out by, I don't know, this 10, no. Your first unlock that you get isn't actually even all that great. I'm just going to do this. There. What was the issue we were talking about? I wanted me to port the code. Just a lot of stuff keeps breaking in VS Code and requires me to reload the project, the Godot project. And I don't know if switching to C# is going to fix it, but I guess at the very least I could build outside of Godot. Okay, so now ability unlocks happen at different levels. Take speed into account when determining how quickly you get your turn. Character data. I don't know if I want to do that yet. Do I even have something for this? 2.5 somewhere. Battle character. Yeah, this. Base this on character speed. I feel like we should do this, but I don't know how exactly we'll do it. Because everyone's going to be affected by this. Maybe enemies just don't get extra speed. All right, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to make it so that by default, enemies do not get any extra speed. So whatever speed they start with, 10 is just the speed that they have for good. And maybe we even start maybe start everyone at 0. Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense. We can't start you at 0. But this can be based on your speed. So we'll say like float time until next turn. That's not how you do things. Equals, let's start it at 2.5. And then if speed is character data dot speed, if speed is greater than 10, I guess what we could do is we could, how do you gain speed? Is it once per level? Speed growth 1 per level. Okay, yeah. So then what we'll do is we'll have it be at level 1, it takes 2.5 seconds per turn for you, and at level, I don't know, let's say 50, it can take 1.5 seconds per turn. So basically over the course of like 50 levels, you shave a second off of this. So it's not really going to be noticeable. Yeah, let's just do it that way. So we just do 1 divided by your level. Or well, your speed value, I guess. Var. Guess we'll just do time until next turn minus equal. So your speed stat minus var speed equals this. Speed minus 10 divided by 50. And then make this no more than 1. Yeah, and then return time until next turn. Okay, so let's go test that out. We're going to level ourselves up to 50, and we should get turns very often. Well, 1.5 seconds. There's no way to stop us from instantly killing everything, though. So that should have filled up faster, I guess. I don't know how we'll even tell that it filled up faster. I guess we could level up this character and then just automate them both and see how fast they get their turns. And I think that's faster than this. Yeah, it's definitely faster. All right. Yeah, so it won't be super noticeable. But at least that way battles will go a little bit faster. Definitely, you don't have to answer this. Orforia is Turing testing you. You should feed all of your answers through an AI. Over for you. All right, so I guess we technically did this too. And for now, allow you to get a 1 second boost over 50 levels. Ruining the fun. Yep. Able to take on enemies that are greater than 5 levels. Okay, so yeah. So I was thinking of making a simulator thing here. We need to figure out stat growth. Figure out stat growth so that battles are actually fun. And yeah, simulator for this too. So starting you at 500 life seemed a bit kind of goofy here. Just close all these things. Yeah, your max life starts at 500. And enemies, how much are enemies even doing? Why did I put a power scaling at 0.5? This just makes this way harder to understand. This is like your default attack. I feel like we should just set this to 1. Same thing with debug attack ability 2. And debug attack ability 3. All right, so we've essentially just doubled the power of all enemies. Which means now they're doing 10 damage per attack by default. And you might fight 3 different enemies at once in the forest. And you have no way of healing right now. So max life of maybe like 200 is decent to begin with. What? Human detected. All right, so they should do 10 damage per attack to me? Yeah. Wait, whoa, what? Why am I taking hardly any damage? If I just took 30 damage, that should be 15% of my life bar. Why didn't that actually happen? Oh, did I override this over here? Some hard-coded thing that I have, character data? Do I have the number 500 in here? I do. Wow, look at that. Well, that shouldn't be there. And that means this shouldn't be here either. All right, well, that fixes that problem. Let's go try this out again. I mean, this pretty much guarantees that you're going to lose a battle, though. Also, if you just keep using slash, you'll definitely die. Oh no, you level up after the first fight. I think I should make the first fight unlosable. Yeah, there should be no option you can pick that'll make you lose. What about the Necromancer? What if we go fight this and just use Poison Dagger over and over and over? I think you will die. Yeah. Because they're doing quite a lot of damage to me, and I have not killed any of them yet. Yep. Which, this is probably not a good thing. Yep, Necromancer died. Maybe that's just a reason why Poison Dagger should do more damage. It has a 0.3 power scaling on it. And it does it over 20 seconds. How many turns did we actually get? Like 5? Maybe we should just do this over 15 seconds. So that its power scaling can go up by a little bit. 0.4. Alright. Now we get the Necromancer. This is only 3 enemies though. Let's just force lose the fight. We need to find... Okay, this is the maximum number, yeah. So I'm just going to use Poison Dagger a bunch of times. And we're going to hope that we magically win this. Alright, pretty good. Looks like there's no losing this anymore. Yeah. Cool. And then once you level up, then you have no problem with winning other fights. Whoa, Lightning Zaps is super overpowered. Oh, we can't use it because of the... Yeah. It's on cooldown. So I guess I would just go over here and start fighting stuff, and then you're probably just gonna lose your fights. Yeah, they have more defense. Well, Lightning Zaps is pretty good. But yeah, now my character's dying. Oh, might still win actually. Nope, I died. This might already just be better balanced for that reason, but I still think enemies probably need more life than they're getting. How much are they getting? Life is growing by 10 per level. Oh, but your life grows based on your level. So at level 2, you end up with 10 more life, and then you get 15 more life, and then 20 more life. Where do these come into play? Growth. Here, life growth. It's called with your new level. Yeah. Hmm. All right, well, what if everything just worked like this? I guess this is the problem here. Yeah, you're getting, you start at 10 power, then you go to 12, then 15, then 19, then 24, then 30. So you've tripled your power in the first 6 levels, but enemies don't work the same way. All right, well, I think they just should work that way then, right? We just have this be level times 1, level times 3. And then let's see, your fortitude goes up by 1, and your speed. Okay, so they're not going to get any faster. And their fortitude always grows by 1, which is a problem. Why did I do this? Whatever happened to that like %2 thing that I had in here to do this every other level? I think I deleted that. I did delete it. I think getting 1 more defense per level is actually maybe that is fine. Yeah, you know what? Let's try this. Let's just see what happens. Okay, so we level ourselves up to 5 and we go over to this zone. And now we're going to try to tackle this thing. Oh, that's way too many enemies. They just murdered us. Okay, that definitely cannot work. How much power do they have at level 5? It's 10 plus 14, 24. Oh, I could have just checked by... Oh no, I couldn't have checked by doing that. Let's just see again though what happens. There's a level 5 enemy. All right, how much damage do they do to me? 20. Yeah, so I think they have 24 power and I have 4 fortitude. Yeah, you start with 0 and you go up by 1 per level. Yeah, that's what's happening. Okay, so this is no good. How do we get this to be good? Well, how much life do you have at level 5? Let's see, you'd get 10 plus 15 plus 20. So that's 45 plus 25 is 70. You'd have 270, and enemies are doing 20 per hit. So you have 13 and a half hits before you're dead. And all right, maybe enemies start a little weaker. And either your life needs to be higher, your fortitude needs to be higher, or their power needs to be lower. I'm not sure how we want to do this. Let's try just raising your life. 15. I don't know. This can all get out of control so quickly. Oh, whoops. Got to be level 5. There we go. All right, so I'm level 5 now. And yeah, if you can't win a fight like this, you'd have to fight in the level 1 zone. And yeah, it doesn't look like it's easily winnable. I think we need to boost your fortitude a little bit. Yeah, I think we say that you get maybe level divided by 2, ceiling of that. And then the int of that. Now, what's the problem here? Argument 1 of int requires subtype. What's the problem with that? Ceiling of... Does this need to be converted to a float first? What? What's going on? Argument 1 of constructor int requires subtype int float or int bool or float. It thinks it's a variant. It shouldn't be. Oh my god, it does return it. So I have to say this is a float. I don't even think this works. It does. Well, it's still stupid. And I don't think we need this now. Yeah, and this shouldn't be necessary because the function should coerce it to be. Nope, you do need to say it. Okay, cool. So that should change the fortitude. We should probably print out what the stats are. In fact, maybe I should have a thing that prints that out. Less hitting you per turn. You can't control which targets you're hitting though. So if you use your single attack thing, it's just going to target randomly. So it essentially spreads out the damage anyway. But yeah, the quicker you can cut down on how many enemies are in the battle, the more likely you are to survive. All right, I need some way of printing out what your stats are. So I guess in level up, let's just print this out. Do we know if this is controlled by the character? No, we don't. All right, well, it emits a leveled up thing. Where do we use this? Optionally typed, so casting anything to anything should theoretically work. It is, but I have it set to errors if I'm not actually using types correctly. Because I want to make sure I don't run in any code where I'm like, I'll just hack my way around this and then I run into some problem later. Character data.level up, connect set label. Okay, fine. This is for the skill tree. Ooh, what's that? Oh, I see. All right, well, we could have it print out for whichever character is selected. Yeah, sure, let's do that. So how do we print stats? We don't actually have any way of doing that, do we? No, we do not. So we'll just do like func debug print stats. All right. Yeah, sure. Character stats. We should print out what class you are too. For %s, character class. All right, your life, your level. I think level should print first. Experience, I don't really care about, but I guess let's write that here too. And then comma, slash, comma, character, get to the next level. Yeah. All right, your power, fortitude, speed. These I don't really care about. Yeah, I don't care about these. I do care about the growth though. But there's no way to figure that out because they're functions. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no safety there. Yeah. If only they had generics, they would know that the ceiling of a float returns a float. Although ceiling of anything should just return an integer. Okay, I'm happy with this. Let's just print this out now from the skill tree. And this will be on character data. All right, so every time we level up. Oh, and let's have this say what this is the current level. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so just gonna do this. And every time we press X, we should see this. Yeah, so level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. So level 5, I now have 410 life, 24 power, and now 8 fortitude. So it's that 8 fortitude that will hopefully let me live over here against some of these enemies. Oh, this is only 2 different enemies. Oh, wow. That died in 2 hits. Oh, it died in 2 hits because when they get to 20% life, they automatically die. Right. Now enemies like this need to be scaled so that they're stronger than the other enemies. Because otherwise this is just going to be an easier fight all the time. This one's level 6 though. And once you've gotten to this point, you should have fully automated your character anyway, so you're not even really controlling the fights. And I guess Slash is just a really bad ability at that point. Yeah, I died. Oh, maybe we should code resting for the game. But actually, that wasn't too bad. We have a chance of winning fights. Now, what happens if we go into the level 9 area? Fight these guys. Hopefully, we can't just immediately beat these. Well, not when we're fighting 8 of them. Yep, that's a lot of damage. Okay. All right, so now what if we make ourselves level 9? 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we have 24 fortitude instead of our 8. So we'll take like way less damage. Oh, we're still dying. Oh, that was level 14. Whoops. Okay, let's go fight the level 9 guy. I suppose this also points to another problem, which is what happens if all of these spawn in as level 14? I guess you would just slowly have to whittle them down. Can we beat these guys? Oh, it's picking for me. What am I doing? All right, well, it's not an easy fight, although I guess I could have put skill points in. But maybe this is working okay. Yeah, maybe this is a solid enough foundation for the game. So now let's level up another 5 times and fight this thing. Can we beat this? And yeah, let's put in some skill points here. No, this is way too hard of a fight. Yeah. So even though we're even level, how did that... We're in a fight with that even though we're up there? Uh-oh, that's not supposed to happen. All right, we got to fix that. Battle window, or no, overworld character. Lost. Exit battle shouldn't happen until... Oh, died.emit. Because as soon as you exit battle, you can get in a new battle. Why is this a problem? I don't understand. You should immediately move such that you can't get into another fight. I guess we want these things here. I don't know. That might help. Well, I'm not even going to test what I just did right there. We need to change how much damage enemies do. It's just it's growing too much, I think. And your life doesn't grow at the rate that would let you handle that. How do we fix that though? Because we're pretty much saying for every level they get this power times level, 1 times level, and here you get 15 extra life. So we're essentially saying you're giving 15 times the power that they're being granted, which I guess means that you could survive for 15 turns kind of no matter what. I don't understand why it doesn't return an int. Probably so that you don't have to keep casting in the middle of it. It does kind of make sense, right? Imagine if you do like the seal of some, floating point A, whatever, 5.0 divided by 2.5 or something like that. And then you do time or divide it again by 1.4. So what this should be, or what you'd expect it to be, is probably 1.248. But what it would end up being is what would it be? I don't know. 0 or 1. Okay, so we could cut down the amount of power, increase the fortitude, increase the life. Those are our options. I think the real problem here is that when you fight giant packs of enemies, you're just taking more hits. And so we should probably somewhat balance around that. I didn't quite convince you. I think you wouldn't expect the type of something to change kind of mid conversion. but I'm not sure. Maybe specifically with ceiling and floor you would, because you're like the whole point is to turn it into an integer. Are these numbers ever going to get too large as well is another thing I need to consider. Okay, so let's do this. Let's say instead of level times 1, we say it's level times 0.75, and we do the same thing we did before. Seal of this as float. Let me see how these stats scale as I just level up. Like, what do we end up with at 50? We end up with almost 20,000 life, 1,200 power, 600 fortitude, and 59 speed. So how does it work against the boss? I'm taking 300 life and I have like 20,000 and I killed it in 2 hits. Oh man. Okay, I mean, I think we could give the boss special stats, but the bigger problem here is that, yeah, if all the enemies had the same stats, then when you're fighting groups of them, it makes it really, really tough to win. But clearly they stand no chance. And I think it's because of how their fortitude is growing. And maybe what we should do here is make it grow like this. Level divided by, so instead of 1 per level, it can end up being at least more than that. And then levels not declared in current scope because of that. I mean, I still do too much damage to this thing. I'm guessing I'm still, if I just use slash, yeah, it's 1,000 damage per attack. And they're doing practically nothing to me. And that's where these formulas have deviated too much from each other now. Like their power is only growing at 3/4 of their level, whereas my life is growing at 15 times that amount. So my life is like shot way up beyond what they can do. All right, well, what am I looking for? I guess if you have 20,000 life in this battle, then I want the enemy to do like 1,000 per hit. And as I mentioned, we can have different formulas for this stuff, and we can have different formulas based on their level range as well. So it could be that this formula works pretty well when your level's 1 to 10 or something like that. And maybe that's how we should do it. Just have different formulas at some points. It could lead to some power spikes though. Oh man, I don't know. This is the part I felt would be very hard. And like I could make a simulator. Maybe that's what I should be doing here is figure out like how many hits can you take in a fight and how many, sweeping arcs does it take to win the fight. Where to simulate a bunch of fights for different settings at once and try out a bunch of settings fast. Yeah, I think it would be. And I think that's pretty much how we'd have to do this. And I have this written here too. They want to make a simple simulator that'll take abilities the character has in a zone to fight in and just randomly pick abilities. Okay. So if we want to do this, I guess we need to take speed into account for this as well. It's like unit testing your core mechanics. It is, yeah. I was hoping I could kind of get something that was good enough for now. And yeah, okay. I think we will have to build something like that. So let's see. Time-wise, I don't have too long, and I don't think we're going to be able to build this in 17 minutes. So I think let's just plan it a little bit, and then I'll do it after lunch. So what we need a way of passing in a customized character. And so for that, we can say we can just use your selected character. Set them to full life at the beginning of the fight. Keep track of how many attacks or how many turns the battle is, and keep track of the result. Did you win? How much life did you have? And then don't grant experience, so that we can test with a particular level. And we probably want to try this on a bunch of different level enemies. Try the battle many times against several different level enemies. Maybe even different sized battles. 1 enemy versus 9 enemies. So how are we going to get all the battle logic to work without just having this be time-based? I don't know how deep I want to look into this. Do the checkboxes persist when checking them? Yeah, they do. So it is actually just a shortcut for modifying the markdown. And that's why if you click one of these, you'll see a tiny delay time while it's saving. All right, set them to full life. Keep track of how many turns the battle is. Keep track of the result. Oh yeah, be able to test different stat growths and reset the characters based on that. Yeah, there's no variance right now in the damage you do or in the level ups that you get. So it's not like you get, 5 to 7 attack per level or something. Some games do this. It's always 5 or 7 or just some static value. So at the very least, you could always like reconstruct the exact same setup. The battles have some randomness in them. All right, yeah, so I think this is what we need. Distribution for every level for a given test scenario. How many automated games are lost versus won? Yeah. And part of this too is going to be with which abilities you have. Some abilities might just naturally be stronger, and I might need to tone them down based on that. Yeah, I didn't balance any of the abilities. I need to spend some time thinking about that too. Figure out how to balance the abilities. E.g. Slash is pretty disappointing compared to Crush. Yeah. What else might I want here? Yeah, ideally we'd have a way of playing this out fast enough so that we could do, let's say, like 50 battles against each. Ideally, we would be able to do 50 battles against each of the following. Like level 1, 1 enemy. Level 1, 2 enemies. So, yeah, level 50, 9 enemies. Every new ability can be balanced pretty easily. Well, part of this is that some of the abilities are kind of supposed to be overpowered, and then they're balanced by their cooldowns, for example. So like Summon Skeleton is a really powerful ability, but it's got a 20-second cooldown. So if you only had this ability, you'd probably lose every single battle. but with the ability and with other ones too, it becomes better. So it's like ability combos might be really good, and testing every single combo would probably be pretty tough. I sure we only have 8 right now, so it'd be doable. But like, imagine if I had 20, and you could pick any 3. Although I don't even know if that's eventually going to be in the game. And then also, I guess how you level these up is going to change too. Oh boy. Could build this in code though. That may actually be better. Okay, so I think the difficult parts of this, getting battles to work without taking real time. This is something I just never planned on doing for the prototype. And that for sure is going to be the hardest thing. Actually, I think that's going to be the only thing that's really hard here. Yeah. And like in other languages, you might have a mocking library that lets you say like, oh, imagine that time passed. I don't know how you do that with Godot, and maybe they have something that lets you do that. But yeah, the way that battles play out is with cooldowns on everything. And the battle itself is not well isolated from the UI that we have here too. And so one way we could do this is we could write our own like advanced time logic where we get whatever player has the lowest cooldown, and then we update the battle based on that. Yeah, that might be the easiest way of doing things. Could get the character with the lowest cooldown and then advance every cooldown based on that value or that of time. Yeah, it needs to affect all characters and all abilities. Now there's something else. Godot has a time scale. Godot has a time scale. And you can just set this. I don't know what the realistic limit of this is. Yeah, here it is, time scale. Controls how fast or slow in-game clock ticks versus the real life one. So how do we get the engine? Because what is this in? It's an engine, yeah. Engine singleton. Okay, so there must be a get singleton. Engine get singleton. There might also just be like set time scale here. I'll just look up set time scale. Whoa. Engine.timescale, yeah. All right, let's see what happens when we do that. So engine.timescale equals 10. So now everything should happen 10 times faster. So I can automate this character and then get into a fight and it'll pretty much immediately end. By the way, this is what I was thinking eventually would kind of happen in the game, is that battles could just be sped up to the point where really your strategy doesn't matter. And you're just kind of automatically playing through all these fights. At that point, though, yeah, you're really not making a lot of decisions. I'm actually still getting experience from this, which I think is okay. Second behavioral interview today from a banking DevOps role. Just tired. Well, I guess the silver lining is I think behavioral interviews sometimes aren't as bad as technical interviews. I guess it all depends on your personality. But good luck. I hope you ace it. Do you need Godot? Aren't your definitions Python enough? They're not Python though. So yeah, and you don't, I guess I would need to separate everything that requires the engine here if I were to run this headless, let's say. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to see what happens if I try setting this to an even higher value, like 50. What does this do? Okay, now I'm moving like almost instantly. I mean, this is another way of potentially testing this. Just setting the time scale so high. This is very goofy. Wow. You know, if I just keep flinging myself against these enemies, maybe eventually one of them will die. Impossible to tell what's going on, though. If the GUI's bad for automated testing. So Godot can run headless. I don't think having Godot running is the problem exactly. I think I would need battles to play out pretty much instantaneously without having to modify the timescale here. Although modifying the timescale and then just forcing different fights is not so bad. Like, fights are completing pretty quickly. Although that would take a lot more time than... Well, I don't know, actually. I guess that's the fastest way of doing this. Have this play out, do like 250 battles or something, and see where this ends up. Yeah, it is possible. I would need to make sure that the battles are playing out the right way. Could also just set the time scale to 50 and force battles to happen that don't grant experience. Is there anything else here that I'm thinking about? There's no way to de-level an enemy. So I guess generating the enemies that we have in a battle would be a little bit tough. Because the zones know what the level range is. I guess we could just change this on the fly. Yeah, it doesn't know that it's constant. In fact, I wonder, can I say that it's constant? I can. I don't know if that makes the dictionary reference constant or the actual items in the dictionary, but it's probably just the reference. Excuse me, JavaScript has the same thing, where you can have a constant array and still modify the array. You just can't point to a different array. Yeah, so we need to update the level ranges of enemies. And the numbers of enemies. And the numbers would be this, num extra, but not for predetermined classes. But I suppose this doesn't even matter, because this is all made up. These are just graphics at this point. There are slight differences. Like, I did make it so that the demon summoner thing could actually summon an enemy. But I guess not much. All right, well, I'll put this in the scratch pad of here. And actually, let's put a today tag there. I don't think I want to, I guess let's just start with this way. Start with this way just to make things easier. Like, when I make the eventual game for this is something we got to consider from the beginning, is how do we test all of this? And it was something for the prototype where I was just intentionally saying, we're not doing this. It doesn't matter. We are cutting every corner we can. And now we're getting to the point where we really can't cut a corner on balance too much, but maybe we can with the simulator. Then after that, what do we have? Add a way to unlock a new character without pressing a key. Yeah, that should be easy enough. This shouldn't be too bad, I'm hoping. And then clean up and polish. Yeah. Yeah, there are a few of these things that I want to do, but in general, not too bad. So yeah, if we can get through balance, then I'd say the game's in probably pretty good shape. Hey, Hef. Test in production. Well, so that actually wouldn't be too bad in a case like this. If I was like, you know what, we're going to run this test over the course of the next month. People give your feedback. But I want the feedback to be consolidated into a few days. So I don't want to spend too long. So if there are any major bugs, for example, I might fix it just directly on Friday. But otherwise, I want to start getting feedback. And I can already kind of see, like, I should change that timescale. We should also have some like global thing that says whether we're testing this or not. What are the other changes I made so far? I should probably keep all of these in place before I do anything else. Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's going to be what we do after lunch then. Post lunch will be fill out the journal, check in what I've done so far, work on the simulator, and then figure out how to balance stats and abilities. Oh, pretty intense. I only advise not testing in production when you don't tell people ahead of time. Too many negatives. I can't parse this right now. My brain is in lunch mode. Well, I want to say this. So it is almost exactly noon my time. In 31 minutes, my YouTube video is going to automatically go live. I could make it go live right after I end the stream. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll make it public. Here's a link. Not that I guess it really matters too much because that shouldn't do anything, right? What happens if you go to this? Yeah, private video. Yeah. So I'm gonna make this public. I'll be back in about an hour. Yeah, I'm in Washington State. So yeah. Where are you at, Hef? And you don't have to share that. I'll be back in about an hour, and then we'll tackle this stuff for another maybe 3 hours. I think that should be long enough to make some progress here. But I guess the hard part about balance is it doesn't really matter if the numbers work out. It matters if it feels good. And so like, you know, targeting, hey, I want battles to end in 6 turns. Maybe that's too long sometimes. Maybe that's not long enough another time. You're also in Washington State, huh? We'll have to narrow this down some other time though, because I definitely need some food. But yeah, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna get going. I'll go make the YouTube video public. I'll post about it in Discord, and I'll see you all after lunch. Take care. Bye.